Earlier this fall, one of the most recognized and influential architects in the country, Tom Kundig, principal of Olson Kundig, and 2020 AIA Pennsylvania Architectural Excellence Design Awards head juror, convened a meeting of 3 local Seattle jurors. Tom's office, a laboratory for design experimentation in the historic Pioneer Square neighborhood of downtown Seattle, made the ideal backdrop for a full day of reviewing the 140 projects submitted to this year's Design Awards program. 2020's honorees exhibited distinguished design in the categories of architecture, preservation architecture, interior architecture, regional and urban design, unbuilt, impact design, and single-family residential design. Meet this year's Architectural Excellence Design Award jurors.
For an architect to be awarded by somebody in your profession is a huge honor, because it's an informed honor.
I think only architects know how to discriminate between the capable, the good, and the great. And so we all aspire to do great work if the circumstances allow it. And participating in juries and submitting for juries is oftentimes a humbling act, but I think you do it to test yourself.
What makes great architecture? Probably time tells you better than anything else what makes great architecture. You can look at it and say, look at that. There's also some immediate sides to great architecture, just as there's some immediate sides to any artistic presentation, in which you say, whoa, how wonderful, for any number of reasons.
Architecture right now and always has been about the human condition, because it is ultimately food, water, shelter. It's an armature to experience this larger sort of natural landscape. For me, it's not a now thing, it's an always thing.
The jury recognized projects deemed worthy of award with the following levels of distinction. Silver medal. A silver medal may be granted at the jury's discretion to the project that distinguishes itself from the rest of the submissions, representing the highest level of achievement. Honor award. An honor award may be granted at the jury's discretion to projects that exemplify distinguished achievement in any category. Merit award. A merit award may be granted at the jury's discretion to any project that either lies outside of the other categories or bears an exceptional aspect that the jury feels represents excellence, which deserves recognition. The jury selected 12 projects for merit award recognition. In the category of impact design, ISA receives a merit award for the Louisville Knot.
I think this was a sweetheart project that all of us responded to. It's modest in terms of construction cost and rather immodest in terms of impact on the street. It's relatively dynamic. It's just simple painted pipe, but it engages people at a number of different scales and with different activities. And we thought it was just perfect in terms of its context in the underbelly of a urban freeway to provide very specific vitality to this zone.
Agree. How many of these understory environments have we all collectively experienced in North America? And for the most part, they're pretty unfortunate experiences to get through relatively quickly. This project, in its playfulness, just elevates our daily lives to another level that is unexpected in this location, certainly in our experience.
It's not clear, frankly, to me, that it will work, but you hope it will work. And you believe that it's just possibly brave enough to work, and just possibly contrived enough to work in the situation. And a grand detail, if this should turn out to be, what will help?
You know, you use the word contrive, Peter, and there is an aspect of contrivance to this that seems to be specific to certain activities, but there's a universality to it that suggests to me that it's flexible and it can be conquered by other activities. So it's both.
But it'd be very interesting to see this up against time and humans and life and the difficulties of Louisville and the difficulties of this country. And that's what this is up against. And it won't be an easy contest, and I'm really pulling for it.
The jury selected 5 honor award recipients. An honor award may be granted at the jury's discretion to projects that exemplify distinguished achievement in any category. In the architecture category, ISA receives an honor award for El Rosé.
The most difficult site of all the projects we looked at, the most impossible site of all the projects, and a handsome, lovely way to deal with it, an act of simply putting everything you have into making it a wonderful space.
So the jury was particularly excited by this project because of those reasons that Peter spoke to. Given a relatively modest budget with a terrific underlying agenda, this is one of those projects that's hard not to notice and hard not to love.
The very grittiness of the site is extremely important here, in that this building, as inventive as it is, may have been out of place in many other neighborhoods, but it seems to be the perfect response to this gritty neighborhood, and it was just very captivating.
Congratulations, ISA! One more round of applause for our generous sponsors. Fenner & Essler, Microsoft Resources, Autodesk Platinum Partner, Milber Macris, Offit Kerman, Bell Insurance, Atlantic Engineering Services, Langen, Members First Federal Credit Union, Turner Construction, Sheets, Acoustic Distinctions, The Harmon Group, Oldcastle APG, UTech Engineering, Lamb Partners.